Hi, good morning, afternoon or evening, whatever time you're watching this. Today I'm just going to show you my everyday kind of like makeup routine. So when I say everyday, I don't mean every single day because I don't put makeup on every day. But every time I do go out and I'm not filming a video, I tend to wear something very similar every time that I go out. So I'm going to show you all of my go-to products, my go-to techniques. And yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Let's get into it. So I have all of my products that I use in this little bag. This is like everything that I use apart from like my eyeshadow palette. So it all fits in this small bag, which is pretty handy. Firstly, I'm just going to start off by priming my eyes because I do my eyes first. The look that I do on my eyes, that is the main thing that can vary day to day. I do something sort of similar and with the same sort of like tones and colours every day. Like I tend to do sort of like a winged out thing, sort of fairly neutral, sort of like mid to deep tone, and it's normally just matte. I don't really use shimmer that often. Okay, so my eyes are primed. I just used a mixture of my Catrice True Skin Concealer and the Collection Hydrating Serum Concealer. And then for eyes, I use my Profusion Mystical palette. I got this from B&M at like Christmas time. And this is the palette that I use pretty much every day. You can see like I'm hitting pan on a couple of shades because it's shades that I use, again, like every single day. So I'm going to take a large brush like this one. I've used this before for highlighter, but I like to use it as like a big diffusing brush for my eyeshadow. And I'm going to go firstly into this one, which is the one you can see I've used the most of. It's like a very light sort of like taupey, cool toned shadow. And I'm just gonna whack this in here. It doesn't have much payoff because it's very similar to my skin tone, but I like to use it as like a transition shade because then I can sort of build up from it without things looking weird. I've got new medicine that I'm taking and it's making my mouth so dry that it's honestly kind of difficult to talk. I feel like I keep getting a lisp. And also it's making me so tired. I've literally napped every day for like the last 4 days. And I never normally nap. But I've just been so tired. Like it'll get to like the middle of the day and I'll just feel completely out of it. Like I feel like I'm going to faint. But yeah. Okay, so now that I've got that down, I want to figure out what kind of shape I want to do today. So I probably will do something winged out, but I need to figure out what kind of look I want to do. So I think I'm actually going to go in with this. This is like a flat brush, but it's like a fluffy flat brush. So it's really good for like packing shadow on, but also blending it out. And I am going to go into this shade mixed with this one. So very warm and somewhat cool. And then I'm just going to whack that out here. So starting from sort of like the outer third of my lashes. And just sort of like tapping that in a sort of like outward motion towards the edge, towards the end of my eyebrow. And honestly, whatever look I do on my eyes, it kind of depends how long I've got. Because like there'll be times when I've got like 10 minutes to get ready. So I'll just put some like bronzer all over my eye. And sometimes I'll just do mascara. But I've got a little bit more time today, so I just thought I would do this. It takes me a little bit longer, but if I'm not talking, I can probably get it done. Like this eye, like done in like 5 minutes. But where I'm talking, it definitely makes me take longer. And then I'm just going to take a really small, like a little pencil brush. It's pretty dense. And I'm going to go into the black in this palette, which is down here. And with this, I'm going to start working it right into my roots. And I'm going to bring it out in sort of like a wing shape. Now I'm going to take a brush like this. So this again is like a flat brush, but it's fluffy and it's more sort of like domed. And I'm going to use this to apply a shimmer. Like I mentioned, I don't put shimmer on every day. I really quite like the matte look. But today I think I want shimmer. So I need to decide which one I want. This palette has a lot of different shimmery tones. I'm thinking like this one up here, I think. So yeah, I'm going to go in with that. And just whack that in here. And I like using this brush because it's sort of like, It doesn't pack it on too much like it would with your finger. I just feel like it gives a very nice sort of like blended look almost. And because I'm feeling extra today, why not? I'm also going to take a little bit of this glitter. Just that one. And I'm just going to tap. Just so it has like this sort of sporadic look to it. Okay. Now I'm going back in with my big brush and back into, no, not even back into, I'm going to take this shade right here. So it's a bit more like warm toned. And I'm just going to run that up here. And I'm just almost like bringing this bit and blending it in here, almost connecting it. And then I'm going back into my first transition shade, which was this one. And again, I'm just going to blend that. Now I like doing this afterwards because I like knowing what kind of shape I'm going to have and what everything's going to look, and then I can sort of go in and perfect it. I find a lot of the times if I put down a blending shade, like a super rich transition shade to start off with, that then I can feel sort of like stuck into one look. So I quite like figuring out the shape and everything first and then going in and perfecting everything, although I do definitely think it makes it take a bit longer. But like I was quite indecisive today, so oh well. I'm going back in to the brush that I had my sort of like warm tone shades on, and I'm just going to intensify this again. Now I know where I want it, so I'm going to bring this in a bit more and just sort of like trace my lash line with it. Okay, and then back into that small brush with the black, I'm going to re-intensify this, but also bring it all the way along my upper lash line. Now I'm going to go back into that brush with a mixture of the glitter and shimmer that I was using and just sort of blend over it. And that's my eyeshadow done. I'm going to clean it up, and I am actually going to do mascara now because I always mess up my mascara and it really infuriates me at the end when I've done my whole makeup. So I'm just going to do my mascara now. I'm going to be using the 17 Ultimate Lasting Definition Mascara. I really like this mascara. But yeah, I'm going to just do that. Okay, eyes are officially done, and now I'm going to move on to the face. So earlier I got out of the bath and I used a, it was like a face mask. I think it was like hydrating or something like that. And that was about an hour ago. So I have the serum still on my skin a little. But I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. This is the primer that I've been using every day, as you can probably see, because this is fairly new. And I've already almost gone through it. So it has sort of like this silicone texture, but it doesn't have any silicone in it at all. But it proper just like blurs my pores. It wears really good under all of the foundations that I've tried it with. And yeah, it looks really good. So I'm gonna whack this on. Okay, I'm gonna give it just a minute to sit on my skin. Like I don't go in straight away with foundation. But the foundation I am gonna be using is the one from SheGlam. This is the Skinfinite Hydrating Foundation. And I have actually been using this every day, which I was a little bit shocked about, I guess, because when I first tried it, I didn't think that I was gonna like it that much because it didn't really seem like anything special. But it has become my everyday foundation because it's just like, it's nice and lightweight and it's like super thin. It has a nice sort of like dewy, almost natural look, but it is definitely on more of the dewy side. So now I'm going to go in with this. I'm going to take it on my kind of weirdly deformed Eco Tools sponge. This is one pump. I'm just going to sort of dot it around my face and then start blending it in. And you can see it has really nice coverage. I have this, by the way, in the shade Fair. Now I'm going to go back in with that concealer mixture. So I'm going to take the Catrice in the middle and sort of down my cheek a bit. And then I take the Collection Hydrating Serum one and I pop that right in there and out here. And then I'm just going to blend this out. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer today. I have no idea what shade this is in. I think it might be in like Tan Lines, Golden Sun, something like that. Just going to take a brush. I haven't actually used this bronzer in a minute. I was working through my collection stick one, which I have actually finished now. Okay, now I'm going to do cream blush, and the blush that I use every single day is the Barry M Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint. This one is in the shade Caramel Kisses. It's just the most beautiful, like, neutral blush. It's just such a pretty colour. And then now is the time that I can do faux freckles if I want, which, to be honest, I love doing faux freckles. I do them on like an everyday basis, so I am going to do them today. I normally just use my, this is like a freckle pen from Primark. And I just sort of do some up here into the front of my eyebrow. And I bring them down here. Bring it across the nose. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and set my face. And I'm going to use the Primark Blurred Out Universal Conditioning Blurring Powder or some shit. I'm using this because my one that I normally use, I actually ran out. So I've moved over to this, although I feel like I'm almost out of this one as well. I just take a small brush. I start setting under my eyeballs. And then I take a bigger brush and just set the rest of my face. Okay, now I'm going to run through my brows with a little bit of the NYX Brow Glue. Now let's do a little bit of face stuff. I'm just going to put on some bronzer. This is the Body Collection bronzer in the shade Light to Medium. And I just whack it on all of the places that we already cream bronzed. I take a sort of like flat but fluffy brush like this and use it to sort of contour my nose up into the brow and down. Now blush. For powder blush, I use the Essence blush in the shade Breezy. So it's like a really nice pink. And just pop that up here. Okay. Now let's do some highlight, and the one I've been using recently is this one. This is the Essence Kissed by the Light. It's an illuminating powder, and I basically just use it for this highlight because it's beautiful. And I use it on a big fluffy brush because I want it to be a bit more dispersed on my face, not just like, oh, here's a stripe of highlighter. I want it to give sort of like the overall look of glow. I'm going to take initially this dark brown mixture that I had. I'm just going to pop that out here and gently buff it inwards. Let's do a little bit of an inner corner highlight. I actually just have here my Imagination palette. I use it as a mirror because my other mirror broke. There's like a white shimmer shade in here called Angel. And I'm just going to pop that on my inner corner because I like it to be really like bright and awake. So I'll pop some mascara on probably in a minute. I just need to decide if I want to do any eyeliner or anything. But for right now, I'm going to set my face. And I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal. I only have like a couple uses in this left, so I've been trying not to use it. But for this video, I just had to use it because it is my everyday favourite. So oh my god, it feels so nice. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry and then I'll finish off my makeup. Whilst I do that, I think I want to actually just do my hair quickly. So my everyday hairstyle I like to do, especially when I have like this winged out moment, and also when my hair is like freshly washed, which it is today, and I want to keep in as much moisture as possible, I like to do it in braids. So I used a hair mask this morning and then I shampooed and conditioned my hair, and I've just been leaving it here to air dry. I haven't even brushed it yet. So I'm just going to brush it through with my Tangle Teaser. And I have already I have 2 hair oils in my hair and also a heat protectant. Okay, so it's still a little bit wet, which I think is a good time to do this because it keeps the moisture in your hair when you have it braided, but also it's like much easier to braid, I think, when your hair is not 100% dry. So I'm just gonna find my parting. So there is my parting. Brush it through and I'm going to take one side and tie it off in a hairband and then brush this through. I'll fast forward just whilst I do my hair, but I'll still show you what I do, and then I'll be back when my hair's looking a lot cuter than this. Okay, hair is done. I normally redo it like a couple times until I've got it perfect, but I've only done it once and it looks okay. Although I get a feeling that this side will get on my nerves and I'll probably redo it before I go out. But hey ho, this is the hair. I think it's really cute. Okay, so I'm just going to do my brows then. I'm going to use the 17 full definition brow pencil in dark brown. Then I've been going over with my Wet n Wild Brow Obsessive Brow Shaping Gel. This is in the shade Brown. Okay, brows are done. I just want to quickly do my lips because they're so dry. I use the Catrice Powerful Fiber Liquid Lip Balm. This one's in the shade Raspberry Cream. This is so pretty on the lips, but it feels so nice. Okay. That's my lips done. I don't use any lip liner or anything like that on an everyday basis. I just can't be arsed. So let's just finish up my eyeballs with a little bit more mascara. Okay, so this is how my makeup looks. And I wasn't gonna just because it's like a get ready with me. But I do think I will probably show you my makeup at the end of the day. So we can do sort of like a wear test. But this is how it all looks right now. I wear glasses actually, so I will be wearing my glasses whilst I go out. So yeah, bear that in mind. I am a glass wearer. So let me just put these on. So this is technically the finished look with the glasses on and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna go about my daily business then, and I'll check in with you guys later to see how everything looks. See you then. Hi, it's future Katie. It is now 12:30. I started putting this makeup on today, I think at like 2 p.m. So I've had it on for about 10.5 hours. I've also went to town, which involves walking up a very large hill, and then I did shopping. I got pretty sweaty. And then put all the shopping away, including a big massive bag of dog food that I had to carry up the steps to our flat. What else did I do? Made dinner, did the chores, did some work. I also took the dogs for a pretty big walk by myself, and there's 2 of them and they're annoying. And it also rained and I didn't have a hood with me. So it's been quite an experience. This makeup has been through a lot. I haven't touched it up once. Let's look at it. Bearing in mind I've had my glasses on all day as well, so oh yeah, I immediately see those glasses lines. But to be honest, if I just like sort of tap some of this stuff out, there you are, that looks all right. So I've had a bit of mascara transfer. Let me get you. So I've had a bit of mascara transfer down here, but the sparkle is still on my eyes. My eyebrows still look all right. I'm very sort of like oily-ish looking. Got some flaky bits. I started having quite a lot of texture around here, and you can see that it's sort of worn off almost in patches. I always get this. I think it's because of my rosacea, but like makeup comes off in like patches. A little bit of texture down here, but like all in all, for 10.5 hours of wear and rain and sweat and dealing with 2 puppies, it's not bad, is it? Like, to be honest, I would just go over this with my beauty blender. Let me find it. I just go over this. I'd maybe add like a touch more concealer, like right where the mascara has gone. But like, I do this. I just tap all that in, add a little bit more concealer where that mascara is transferred, and I'd be good to wear this for another probably like 5 hours. Like, honestly, it doesn't look that bad, like, at all. So yeah, that's the wear test for this. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you. I love you. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, put a pink heart down in the comments for me to let me know. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.